Welcome to the Nifty Chicks and this week's episode of the Nifty News. In this episode, we cover Decentraland Metaverse Music Festival, the purchase of an NFT for a house, Warner Brothers' The Lord of the Rings NFTs, and Mattel announcing an NFT collection. Let's do this. All right, we are so excited to dive in and share the news with you today. As you can see, I'm in a different location. I happen to be traveling in Arizona. I happen to be right in Phoenix, which is super fun. So, how are you, Minty So?
I'm great. It's back in beautiful Puerto Rico, and it's just lovely here. How's the weather in Phoenix?
It's like perfect. It's like
Oh,
80, dry, sunny. It's like literally
so
perfect.
not like summertime when it's 120.
No, no, no. This
Very
is the
nice.
time to be here.
Yeah, very nice. Well, I say let's go ahead and get right into this. I'm super excited about this first article we've got. I mean, this is something I've been waiting for a long time, and that is music festivals in the metaverse. So I'm not so
Yeah.
sure I'm excited about this one because I don't know who Soulja Boy, Soul.
Soulja Boy, I do know who Soulja Boy
Oh,
is. He's got a couple of good songs. They're super
okay,
catchy and like a little bit of addicting, but it's like kind of a mix between it's rap, definitely rap, hip hop.
okay.
There's a little like an island vibe because
Oh,
it's pretty cool. It's not bad.
okay. Maybe I'll check him out. But I don't really care about Ozzy, and I also don't know who Dillon Francis is. But I do think that, I mean, this is, the first of hopefully many more to come. And it may not be the first, but uh, it's the first I've seen of a festival in the metaverse. I've seen of
Yeah.
like different concerts or events, but I think this could be pretty cool. November 10th through 13th. Um, I am curious what you have to do to gain access, if it is purchasing a ticket or owning an NFT. Does it say in this article
I don't
what
think it
the
does. I did not see anything about how to purchase a ticket, but I think one of the cool things that they talk about is Sam Hamilton is a creative director,
Mhm.
and he says, and I love this quote: "We are trying to capture the chaos that happens at a real festival inside the digital world." Okay, so like we've all been to music festivals, and it is an experience, much like
100%.
broader beyond just the music, right? It's like
Yeah.
it's the people, it's the noise, it's the smells, it's the
Oh, good.
food, the drink. So like, I don't know
Yeah.
how they're going to kind of capture that in the digital world, but they're definitely
Yeah.
trying. And
So I do think it's interesting here. So I guess Decentraland actually had another festival in 2021, and they had more than 50,000 attendees that logged in. And that festival included Dead Mouse, I don't know, 3LAU, RAC, and Alice in Wonderland. I don't know why. I know Dead Mouse, but so very, very interesting. We'll have to see how you log in to that, and then maybe check it out. That could be something fun to do. Like a Nifty Chicks live watching this music festival.
oh, that's a great idea. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. So very cool. So moving on, looks like somebody bought a house via NFT for $175,000. So this is pretty cool. It looks like a 3-bedroom house in South Carolina has been sold as an NFT for 175K. That's feels like that is a steal for a three
Right.
bedroom house, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can't say I'm fully read up on South Carolina real estate, but that
Right.
seems from where you and I currently live and came from, that's definitely a deal and a half. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think we've seen this before, so this isn't the first time we've seen this. And the quote, I think, from a real estate investor, Adam, I think like really hit home to me. Ready? So he says, "I never imagined I could buy and finance a house with a simple click, rather than going through the time-consuming and cumbersome traditional settlement and mortgage process. Like, you've gone through that process, I've gone through that process. It is a nightmare. Buying a house is a
Hmm.
nightmare." And like the NFT, the process of going through and using NFTs, it's just going to be streamlined, quick, immediate. You're taking out a lot of the middlemen of the
Right.
process, which I think is amazing, and it's about
Agreed.
time.
Yeah, I do think it's funny. This other realtor says, worst idea ever. As a real estate agent, this shocks me.
Of
And,
course.
I mean, it obviously, like, they're going to be upset because then they're not going to be able to get their, percent of the sale. And I mean, there's so much money that transacts when a house is bought and sold, but not between the buyer and the seller, but all these, like you said, other, intermediaries that take their cut, and now they might
Yeah.
not get their piece of the pie, and I'm sure that upsets them.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
in this tweet says the way it works, the LLC takes ownership of the property, they tokenize the property and mint an NFT that represents ownership of the house. Holding the NFT gives you ownership of the actual house. So think about this, right? If I'm going to sell you my house, all I have to do is like literally transfer the
The
currency,
NFT.
whatever it is,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
transfer the NFT to you, and now you own. I mean, that's what NFTs are all about, is proof of ownership. And
Right.
so it's cool.
Truly changing the world here, right?
100%. 100%.
Yeah. So Warner Brothers is getting into the NFT space. It looks like, with a release of the Lord of the Rings, and Lord of the Rings was a massive cinema production, and they have a huge following. So I think this is interesting for the future of NFTs.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is Warner Brothers. Discovery has become the first major studio to sell an NFT, a movie's NFT bundle. And we've talked on the show about kind of TV shows going that direction with Stoner Cats, and I think it's a way for, because I full transparency, I have not seen Lord of the Rings. It is not my cup of tea. That whole kind of style of movie is just not my thing. But the people who I know that are fans of Lord of the Rings, they are fans of Lord of the Rings. They are like
Yep.
they're like diehard fans. And so to them, they get an NFT. Not only do they get access to the movie and whatever, but they get all these special perks, like, behind the scenes, footage and stills from the actual NFT, and exclusive assets inspired by the film. So it's like, to a fan, you're getting not only the movie, but the whole experience. They're turning what Web 2 world, where you just go to the movie and you watch the movie and then you talk about it with your friends, they're now kind of expanding what the experience is like for these kind of movie fans.
Yeah. Okay, so Mattel is they're actually not the first getting into putting actual physical toys out there, but they are announcing an NFT collection, and I think we mentioned it last week about V-Friends, and their physical toys are going to be in stores. But I was actually kind of excited. I think these guys are pretty cute. Like, they're going to be Masters of the Universe Cryptoys. So I don't know if you remember the Masters of the Universe from, I guess it would have been in the 80s. I don't know. You might be too young, Gen FT.
Correct. I do not recall that.
But I just think these little guys are cute.
Yeah, they are. They are. And it's so funny because I know you, Medizel, have quite a few like hard assets, or I guess figurines from
Yeah.
various NFTs in your house. I've been to your house and I've seen them there, and it's kind of, I think it's cool. It's such a great talking point because we're never going to get away from the real life experiences that we have with our friends. And so when I go over to your house, in fact, when I first went over to your house and you were teaching me about NFTs, like, that's one of the first things you were able to say is like, this NFT is a digital, I have this thing in digital form and in real life form. And like, I'm like, oh, I
Right.
love that figurine. That's so cool. Like, I want one
Yeah.
now. So I think I love the fact that they're doing this and they're bringing a real life touch to it.
Yeah, it's I think it's really cool, and I do think that it is, it's we're just merging worlds. We're merging
Yeah.
worlds between the digital and the physical. As Catharsis says, it's phygital, the
Yes.
physical and digital. I love that phrase. So I don't know. I think it's the future. And I want to say to everybody out there in the NFT space, I feel like right now, there has, and this is just as I was searching for news this week, all I was seeing was just like, meh, 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 like bad news everywhere. Everything is in a downturn. And I think just keep the faith and know that, like, a lot of people are heads down right now, building and trying to bring new things and new ideas to the space. And I don't know. Like, some of the articles I was reading was like, NFTs are dead and they're dying. And I say just keep the faith.
Yeah,
What do you
totally.
think?
Stick with us, stick with it. I in a downturn, it could be seen as a good opportunity to get in and to buy the
Right.
projects that you've always wanted to, but they've been too expensive. So,
Yeah.
it's yeah,
I
you
agree.
and me, we are not going anywhere. So hopefully
Right.
everyone, all of our listeners will stick with us throughout the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Agreed. And so that being said, I just want to remind everybody to be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast player or on YouTube. That's how we get more people to know about the show and be, informed and learning about NFTs.
That's right. And as always, thank you so much for listening to the Nifty Chicks. Always remember, invest in yourself because you are worth it. Please listen carefully to the following disclaimer. Neither the host nor the guests of the Nifty Chicks podcast are acting in the capacity of financial advisors. We wish to remain transparent and impartial to the NFT community at all times, and therefore, the content provided by the Nifty Chicks hosts and guests are intended for general information purposes only. Nothing written or discussed by the Nifty Chicks hosts and guests should be construed or relied upon as investment, financial, legal, regulatory, accounting, tax, or similar advice. Nothing should be interpreted as a solicitation to invest in any cryptocurrency or NFT, and nothing herein should be construed as a recommendation to engage in any investment strategy or transaction. Please be advised that it is in your own best interest to consult with investment, legal, tax, or similar professionals regarding any specific situation and any prospective transaction decisions. You must do your own research when considering investing in cryptocurrencies or NFTs. We are simply sharing our journey with you as we learn more about the world of NFTs. Happy minting.